I'm with Gina Sunderland today, back in her kitchen. She's a registered dietitian with Manitoba Chicken, and often when we've made recipes, we've used pieces of the chicken, but today you're going to show us how to cook the whole bird.
That's right. So one of the questions I get most often asked is, how do you roast a whole chicken? So I have 6 foolproof steps on how to roast a whole chicken to perfection. Well, one of the things I like to say, if you're going to roast one chicken, you might as well roast 2, because there's so many great things that you can do with the leftovers. And we're also going to make a delicious recipe, our chicken and warm potato salad with our leftover roast chicken.
Excellent. And it'll freeze well too, so if you've got a lot.
Yes, exactly. You can freeze cooked chicken.
Excellent.
Thanks for that great tip. Okay, so we turn our oven on to 375 degrees. Get a nice hot oven to roast those chickens. Second, you want to wash your hands, but you never want to wash your chicken. Just take it out of the package, place it in your roasting pan, breast side up. Simple seasonings, your favorite herbs and spices. I love to put some of those poultry herbs right into the cavity of the chicken, like sage and thyme and rosemary, a little pepper, a little seasoned salt. Pop it in the oven for about 90 minutes. When you take that chicken out of the oven, the best way to know that that chicken is perfectly cooked is to use a digital meat thermometer. You insert the probe into the thickest part of the breast meat, and it should read 180 degrees Fahrenheit. So then you know your chicken is perfectly cooked. Of course, you don't want to undercook it, but you don't want to overcook it either. And then, Terry, you know the last and important step.
I do know this, because I have taken my chicken out of the oven before and sliced into it immediately, and all of the juices of the chicken ran all over the counter. It was an absolute mess, and then I ended up with dry chicken in the end.
Exactly.
So you let it rest.
Right.
You tent it.
You tent it with foil, let it rest for about 10 minutes. All the juices go back into that chicken. You have tender, juicy, perfectly roast chicken every single time.
Don't miss that step, I promise you.
Okay.
You will be regretting that.
Right. So now we are going to take some of that leftover roast chicken and we are going to repurpose it into a brand new meal. Kind of the concept of cook once, eat twice. We're going to make our warm potato salad with chicken. Okay, so Terry, I'm going to get you to whisk this up for me. We've got 1/3 cup of mayo. We've got 1/3 cup of sour cream. This is our delicious dressing. We've got 1/3 cup of Parmesan cheese. Lots of flavor.
I love the idea of that.
Yeah, a little bit of horseradish, if you like.
Ooh,
a teaspoon.
I do.
Adds a lot of flavor. Fresh lemon juice, 1 tablespoon. A little bit of salt and pepper, about 1 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. And then something that really gives us that beautiful sort of potato salad spice is
dill.
A teaspoon and a half of dill.
Oh my goodness, yes.
So you can use fresh or you can use dried.
That smells
Both
good.
are delicious.
Okay.
Okay, so we've got our roast potatoes. So about 3 pounds of baby roast potatoes, 1.5 cups of corn, a red onion, and some garlic. And we just add that all to our bowl here. So here we go, Terry. Just like that. You want to roast that for about 30 minutes. Okay, so now, of course, the superstar of our recipe is our 3 cups of shredded chicken. So it's just such a nice thing to do with those leftover roast chicken. And then, Terry, I'm going to get you to add that dressing. I'm going to mix this up.
So honestly, this is one of those things, I love when you're throwing stuff into the oven, because you can actually get a lot done then. You know,
for sure.
You can be sweeping your floor, you can do other things.
Yeah,
you can sit down and play on your phone for a little bit. Just whatever it is. It's a little bit of a timeout while things are roasting.
Yeah, and then just to top things off, a little bit of crumbled bacon.
Look at that.
Delightful. So this salad is delicious warm, but it also is fantastic cold. Makes great leftovers. It's a great, sort of almost like a casserole. You can take it anywhere. You can make in advance, bring it to a potluck, bring it to the backyard for your neighbor's party.
Excellent. Of course, you'll find the recipe on your website.
Exactly, Terry. Thanks. Happy summer.
Brought to you by Manitoba Chicken. Discover delicious and nutritious recipes at manitobachicken.ca.